here the whole time? I just found the record button on the cell phone. Success doesn't care how you feel. Write this down. Self-discipline is the ability to do what you should do when you should do it, and it's not based off how you feel. Who cares how you feel, right? You want to retire from your job. You want to help your children achieve every single thing that they desire. You want to make this certain amount of wealth. You want to lose this certain type of weight. You want to be better in your communication and yourself. You want to be better in your communication and in your trading and whatever it is that you desire in your business and your skills. Guys, it's not based on how you feel. It's not based. If I based off how I feel, a lot of things wouldn't be happening in my life right now. A lot of things. But guess what? You got to approach every single day. You know what? Have I given it my all? If I can reflect on today, have I given it my all? We get one chance at this life. One chance. Let that stay in your spirit, because people walk around and they just, oh, I can't do this. I don't have this. I don't have it. Well, guess what? It's a lot of people out here with the same exact situation that you're facing, but they're walking around with the ability to make solutions and create a different path. All right. There are 999 other success principles out there in the world. Through your reading, through your YouTube university, through your personal development, whatever it is that you're using to develop your personal development. Guys, there's over 900 success principles out there, but guess what? None of them work without self-discipline. None of them. With self-discipline, they work. Right? With the self-discipline, they work. That is the key to your personal greatness. All right? That is the key to your personal greatness. Just as self-discipline is the key to success, the lack of self-discipline is the major cause of failure, frustration, underachievement, unhappiness in our lives. Think about it. Lack of self-discipline, lack of saying no, lack of being transparent, lack of honesty, lack of self-love, lack of so many different things. They cause failure in your life, in your relationships. They cause frustration, lack of financial literacy. They cause underachievement and unhappiness in your life. Think about it. So when you lack self-discipline, guys, you're choosing the path of turmoil. Really. It causes you to make excuses, and it causes you to sell yourself short. All right. The two biggest enemies in success, ladies and gentlemen, the two biggest enemies of success, of happiness, of personal fulfillment is the path of least resistance. I love this because every single person that I really introduce trading to, they always say, can I make money overnight? Can I leave my job in 2 weeks? Like, what are you saying to me? I'm sorry. What are you saying to me right now? Right? The two biggest enemies of success and your happiness and every single thing that you want to fulfill in your life is a path of least resistance and the expediency factor. What does that mean? See, the path of least resistance is what causes people to take the easy route in every single situation. The path of least resistance is what causes people to take the easy route. They want to make money fast. They want to see what can happen short term. If it don't work, I'm going to try it out for 30 days and see if it works. No. Nothing that's that short term doesn't last. You think all these corporations and these companies out here have built this that long term and have longevity because they wanted stuff to happen overnight? No. They took the path of least resistance. They weren't seeking shortcuts, right? The people who seek the path of least resistance, these are people who want to arrive at work late. They're the last one in the door and the first one to run out the door, right? They look for quick get rich schemes, easy money. Guys, if you're into this education, because you're treating this as a quick get rich scheme, I want you to go ahead and close your account today, because it takes time. You have to trust the process. This is a $1 trillion industry. Please don't come in here thinking if anybody can come in here and do it that fast, the world would be eating off of this industry. All right. Everybody will be eating off of this industry. So you have to have long-term gratification. Those who have the short term, they develop a habit of always seeking the easy way, and it makes them weak. It makes them weak. It makes them have excuses. It makes them never being able to complete anything, because every single task that they approach is, oh, it has to happen at this certain time. Oh, I got, if it doesn't happen, I'm going to quit. How first of all, that alone tells me your level of faith. I always ask people, when people come to me about their excuses and everything that's going on in their life, I said, I thought you was a believer. Well, they say, I am a believer. I said, well, you don't sound like one. Everything you're saying is based off God's opposition, fear, laziness, procrastination, excuses. Don't nobody want to hear all that, right? They look for a faster way to get things done rather than doing stuff the hard way. That's why I'm such a successful trader, guys. 6 months of not worrying about making money made me a beast trader. 6 months. Nobody has yet to do that. I literally stayed out of my live account for 6 months. Nobody's going to do that. Now, you guys are in a blessed situation because you don't have to do that. But ultimately, you don't have to. People are rushing the process. All right. People are rushing the process. The expediency factor. What is that? That is basically an extension of the path of least resistance. Basically, it's worse. It's even worse because when leading people, it leads people to failure and underachievement. All right. They seek the fastest way, like we just mentioned before. But the issue is they don't have any concerns or they don't have any regard for the consequences of their behaviors. They have no concern about what's going to happen on the long-term side of their behaviors. Because guess what? Let's make it simple. You working your job, you calling me, you telling me tired. Okay, we want to help you retire. Well, guess what? Because you're trying to expedite this in a reckless way and not a skillful way, in a strategic way, and you say, oh man, you know what, this ain't working for me and it's only been 2 weeks. Well, guess what? You're going to be the person who's going to remain in that exact same predicament long term because, 2 years down the road, everybody on this call is going to be making money beyond their wildest imagination. And because you quit, because you was trying to make stuff happen in 14 days and expedite the process and not do what was necessary, you still have the same exact story 2 years down the road. I tell people all the time, my biggest fear is me having the exact same story I had, a month ago, 2 years ago, last year. If you're still coming to me about, this, that, and the other, you still have the same excuses, the same complaining, the same sob story. There is an issue, and the issue is you, because you're not making the necessary decisions to change your path, and your outcome, right? In other words, most people do what's expedient, what's fun, what's easy, than what's necessary. I love what's his name? Oh Lord, what's our motivational speaker? I just had a whole brain fart. Les Brown. Les Brown said back in December, he said, guys, in 2019, I don't want you to approach 2019 based off how you feel. I want you to approach 2019 doing what's necessary for you to get to where you're going to be. Sometimes doing what's necessary is going to pull you out of your comfort zone. Doing what's necessary is going to have you doing things for other people. It's going to have you questioning like, oh man, I don't feel like doing it. It's going to have you, I've been in that predicament. You got to do what's necessary to get to where you are. So when you finally arrive, you don't have to, when you finally arrive, you're there. Nothing else is going to slow you down. Nothing's going to hold you back. You got to take control of yourself. Self-discipline is self-mastery. Why do we do the 21 days of growth? We don't do the 21 days of growth just to learn how to trade. The 21 days of growth main focus is to teach people personal development. Just because you make money doesn't mean you're going to be able to sustain it. Just because you make money doesn't mean you can control your emotions. Just because you make money doesn't mean you can make good decisions. Just because you make money doesn't mean you're disciplined. None of that. None of that. It's put in place to build you what we say. We want to help people live their best life through personal development in a proven skill set, which is trading. Personal development. Success is only possible when you can master your own emotions, your appetites, your inclinations, everything that you desire. But guess what? People lack the ability to master that because what I just said before, they're weak. They're super weak. They're unreliable. Your success can't depend on you. Again, your success can't depend on you because you won't do what's necessary. You waiting to feel the desire. I remember when my grandmother passed and I was praying to God, please, God, I want to feel the desire that I felt before October 18th. I want to feel the desire, the excitement. I was waking up feeling sucky. I couldn't feel anything. But guess what? Because I had been studying the 21 days of growth and reading my 10 pages a day, guys, I was inclined to pull myself out. I desired to get out of that. I was hungry. I was hungry to get out of that. Don't get me wrong, I still grieve, but I'm able to can carry on and push through each day because I've developed and I put the value and the foundation that was needed to carry on every single day beyond my spiritual development, right? Self-control is the key element, guys. Your ability to control your actions, yourself, every single thing that you desire, how you can control what you do, what you say, your reactions. Ensure that your behavior is consistent with long-term goals. How many of you all's behavior today is consistent with your long-term goal? Whatever it is that you wrote down, whatever it is on your goal card, whatever it is that you have on your wall, and whatever it is that you share with people is your behavior consistent with the words you speak, the words that you've written down. See, writing down your goals does put you in the 3%, but guess what? You got to also have accumulated repetition. You got to do disciplines every single day. I tell people all the time, listen, you need to be here a minimum of 18 months. They say, well, is it going to take that long? I don't know if it's going to take that long, right? I don't know if it's going to take that long. But my question to you is, are you willing to take that long? That's why I asked that question. Are you willing to take that long? It's not that it's going to take that long. Are you willing for it to take that long, right? For you to achieve financial freedom in a $1 trillion industry. Discipline is also self-denial. You have to deny yourself of easy pleasures. You have to deny yourself of the things that's going to cause a distraction. I finally told myself I got to lose weight and I got to get back into the gym. I got to go play ball, football, something like that. Because what I started seeing on my pictures and everybody we're posting, me when I'm traveling, is a big old tire wrapping around my waistline. I said, you know what? I got to be more disciplined in my eating, especially when I'm traveling, right? I just be eating bread and all that. I got to be more disciplined. So I started Sunday and I said, you know, I've been doing wonderful. I feel better already. You have to deny yourself the easy pleasures, ladies and gentlemen, the temptations that lead you away from what it is that you desire. Take the TV out the house. Go sell the TV. Go sell the TV. Call all your friends, call all your family, and let them know, listen, this is my goal for the next 90 days. Because, we got 2 more months. Let me see. We got how many more months left in the first quarter? You got to have a conversation with the people around you who will pull you away from what it is that you desire. I didn't tell you guys this. When I first learned how to try, I told my mom, my brother, my sister, I actually wrote them a letter. I said, listen, there's something that came across my desk. There's something that came across my presence, my ears, and my eyes that I saw that just blew me out of this world. Because I understand that this is something that I also can achieve, I got to take a break from y'all. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to be missing, every single, just for 6 months straight. That means you can't call me asking me for spontaneous, outings. You can't call me asking me to do all these things. Everything has to be strategically planned. So if you have friends and family in your life that's pulling you away from it, it ain't just based off of trading, guys. Whatever it is that you're doing in your life right now, whether it's you weight loss or, studying something on a personal level, wanting to save your income, whatever it is that you're doing, you got to make sure people don't pull you away from that. Because if they believe in what you're doing, they're going to respect what it is that you're trying to get to. So you have to not only deny yourself, but you got to have the right conversations with people. Oh, I don't have the time. Well, you better make time. Find things in your life that you can take a break from temporarily. All right. Temptations lead so many of people astray. And so instead of choosing to discipline yourself to do the things that you know are right for your long-term success, you just appropriate for the moment. Right. Self-discipline requires delayed gratification. Self-discipline requires delayed gratification. What is delayed gratification, you ask? It's the ability to put off the satisfactions in the short term. See, the 97% of people that fall on the right side of money, ladies and gentlemen, they have short-term gratification. They work for the weekend. I used to be that person. And it's not a conscious thought. That's just the behavior. That's the conformity. See, the United States, I'm going to say the United States, this world has has generational conformity. Generational conformity means my mom did this, they did that, I'm going to do the same thing. And they instruct us to do the same thing over and over again. Over and over and over again. And so at some point, everything that we're doing is just us conforming to the norm. This world doesn't have anything. Think about it. If everybody had the ability to if they taught self-discipline in school, if they taught desire, affirmations and all this thing, we would be so more advanced. We would be so much further advanced because everybody would truly go after what it is that they want instead of conforming to what it is that we've been conditioned to think we should be doing. Right? How do you know what you're doing is what you love? Or did you just decide to do it because they just told you that was the best thing to do? Right? You've been deterred from what we define as success. That ain't success. Success is really the person who know what it is that they want and they go after it. That's what success is. You really literally know what it is that you want without regard to other people's opinions, judgments, or nothing like that. You literally go after what it is that you want. That's what the success is. Showing up every single day. Right? So when you have delayed gratification, you know without a shadow of doubt, this is going to, like when me screaming, running around here screaming, I'm a chairman. Guys, I'm not running around here making public declaration for no reason. Why? Because I have the discipline and I have the focus of a freaking lion. It's already done. I tell you guys all the time, as soon as you desire it in the spiritual, as soon as you close your eyes, what makes you want French toast and bacon? What makes you want a smoothie? What it is that you want, you've experienced that thing. So whatever you experience is now a serious desire, right? Why do I desire chairman? Because I have already put myself in the experience of being a chairman. I surround myself around those type of people. So I know what it feels like. I know what that is. And it's not about the winning. I love Lady Gaga. I said this at the opera. She said nothing about trophies and statuses. Nothing of this world is about winning. It's all about people seeing the discipline of you pursuing your passion. The discipline of you pursuing your passion and your desires or goals, and you putting all the hard work to achieve it. So what type of Oscar are you going to get in your life? What type of Grammy are you going to get in your life? What does the trophy read? What does the trophy read? Right? Can you guys hear me okay? What does the trophy read? I have not moved. I've been in the same spot. You got to make sure that you're pursuing every single goal and desire with full momentum. You can't slack up. You can't give up. It's been times where I don't feel like teaching. It's been times where I don't feel like training. What do? I still show up. I still show up. So are you showing up to your success, or are you making excuses because you don't feel like your success deserves you? It's up to you. You got to have delayed gratification. I tell people all the time, listen, tell me what your goal is. What do you want financial freedom to do for you? Tell me what that is. All right, how long are you willing to work towards that? How long are you willing to work towards that? I said something the other day at a meeting. I said, listen, when a mother is teaching her child how to walk, when everybody on this call was learning how to walk when they were a child, whether it was your mom, dad, whoever was taking care of you, did they say, you know what, I'm going to give her a deadline to learn how to walk? Or did they say, you're going to learn how to walk until? They're going to give you the opportunity to walk until. So everything that you're pursuing in your life, you have to walk until. That's delayed gratification. You got to put off the short-term satisfactions, all right, in order to enjoy the greater rewards long-term. I told my mom today, I said, listen, if somebody was to come in my house and come in my room, they probably think I was like a bomb because I have clothes. First of all, my room is a mess. I went shopping today, y'all. I got carried away with shopping. I got like a lot of bags in my room on the floor. Like, I still haven't unpacked from last week. Like, I just look like like a crazy house in here. Mail all over the place. I said, Mama, somebody actually came in here. They probably like, she don't make no money. She said, well, here, some people don't care about that stuff because they focused on where they're trying to go right now. I said, boom, hit it on the nose. I don't care about my bed not being made up. I got to get somewhere. I got to retire my mom. I got to help Angela pay off her debt. I got to help Kiana. Yummy's funnel cakes take off and become a conglomerate. God dang it. I got to help Chelsea retire and create her own entrepreneurship. I got to help BJ go out here and be the #1 real estate agent in the world. That's what it's about. I don't care about this dang bed being made. I got new clothes on the floor. That's all I need in these bags, right? I'm here for you guys because guess what? I am disciplined in pursuing what it is that I desire. It's not based off my desires, only it's based off what you desire. I don't ask that question for no reason, right? The most important single attribute of people who achieve great success in life, guys, is long-term perspective. Think, what is your long-term perspective on life? What is your long-term perspective on what it is that you desire? I tell people all the time, people who have, I just said earlier, people who have the most success have the most patience. If you can master your patience, guys, you can achieve anything that you want in life. Because we, in the human form, we are in the earthbound form. We have been conditioned to correlate time what it is that we want. See, if you just keep your head down and you just work until it shows up, you would really have everything that you want by now. But because you allow time to just be this weight and this burden based off, this burden to dictate your success, success or the time you're supposed to achieve it, you give up, you quit. You're like, dang, it's been 30 days. Dang, it's been 12 months. Dang, it's been 2 years. See, you keep referencing linear time instead of referencing the power of the spiritual. God is, especially believers on the line, God is not of this time zone, of your time zone. He only lives in the present moment. Future, past tense, that's all a memory. Can't touch it no more. It's all a memory. So if you just focus on doing the same activity over and over and over again, and stop considering the freaking time and taking consideration and take into consideration when determining your present actions, the success that it will create, guys, it will happen. All right. You got to be a long-term thinker. Think as far as ahead as you can. And again, don't get so caught up on putting a time, calculating. Bump that. Just keep going. Work, get tired. Work, get sick. Work. Lose a loved one. Work. Get discouraged. Work. Have stress. Work. Have anxiety. Work. Be sick. It's just you keep going through the process. Successful people make sure that everything that they do in the short term is consistent with where they want to go long term. So your same activity today should be the same activity you're doing 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, until you see the results. Worst case scenario, you don't do it at all. Worst case scenario, you sit back and you hope and wish and dream and pray, because the time is going to pass whether you work towards it or not. So why not just work towards it? What else would you be doing? I ask you, if you're not going to work towards your goals, what is it that you decided to do? What else are you doing? Well, you might as well put the work towards it. Practice self-discipline at all times. At all times. The most important word in long-term thinking is sacrifice. Ooh, I love that. Sacrifice. At the beginning of the 21 Days of Growth, the very, very first slide after the cover art is sacrifice for what you want now, or what you want will become the sacrifice. Sacrifice for what you want right now, or what you want will become the sacrifice. Great people, superior people, they have the ability throughout their entire life to make that type of sacrifice, both large and small. Just like right now. Yes, I can go get me a condo downtown Atlanta right now and pay $1,800 a month for some concrete and rent. Why do I want to do that? I'm never there. I'd rather stack up, reinvest, pay off my debt, retire my mom, travel, pay my sister money that she can use. All right, we rent a house together out here in Douglasville. Why would I go pay a condo at $1,800? Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, it's nice, but that's just not. It's not needed. It's not necessary. I'm willing to make the sacrifice of living in the skyline, right? But being beside my family, I enjoy being with my family, right? Superior people have the ability throughout their entire life to make those type of sacrifices. All right. That ensures great results, great rewards long term. They have the willingness to sacrifice, right? They have the willingness to sacrifice and spend so many hours and years preparing, studying, upgrading their skills. I have a 5-pound book over here that was given to me from somebody who paid $27,000 last year to learn how to trade. I have a 5-pound book laying on my bed next to my Max Lucado Bible of someone that paid $27,000 to learn the skill of trading last year. She said, B, you are an amazing trader here. You can do something with this. You can do something with it. I said, well, hell, I'll see if I can find something there. I don't feel like nothing easy. I don't feel like it's nothing out there easier than what I know now. But hey, why not study? Why not add more information to my knowledge? Why not expand it? Right? Why not? I'm not doing anything else. Right? You got to have that same mentality. You got to always be upgrading your skills to make sure you have the most value that you can contribute to the world. Not just now, but better for your life in the future, rather than spending most of your time socializing, talking people head off, and having fun in the present. It took my friend. I haven't went out and did anything since I started Our Markets Live. Honestly, I haven't. Me doing this has been a great journey, and I enjoy what I do. My friend had a bachelorette party back in January, and I almost didn't show up. But 2 of my friends convinced me. They said, listen, B, you haven't spent time with your friends in such a long time. You know, just like your grandmother passed, don't allow that to be the next time you see them. So I had conviction. I said, okay, let me turn my car around and go hang out. And I had such a wonderful time, you know. So that allowed me, when I went to Alabama last Friday, to go hang out with Tara Q and all the retired rich people. Like, it's okay to have those little moments, right? It's okay, just those little moments. But what I'm not doing is partying every cotton picking weekend, right? I have a place to go. I have a place where I want to be, and I'm not there yet. And I've done enough partying in my 20s to carry me over. I used to turn up, y'all, right? Your ability to think, plan, and work hard in the short term, and to discipline yourself to do what is right and necessary before you do what is fun and easy is the key to creating a wonderful future for yourself. Your ability to think long term is a developed skill. Your ability to think long term, to have delayed gratification, is a developed skill. The more you do it, the better you become at it, because you'll be able to predict, what's going to happen in the future based off your actions in the present. See, that's exactly how I feel. I'm able to predict the market, right? Because I showed up to it every single day. I was showing up and being consistent and expanding my skills. I know what's going to happen for my future, first and foremost, because I always pray, God, make sure that my actions are your will for my life. I don't want to be pursuing chairman if you don't want me pursuing chairman. But please make sure that my actions are your will for my life. That way I know by this continuous action and this behavior that is going to be done, right? What does that take? Making a conversation with somebody, planting a seed. A lot of y'all are scared as all get out to have a conversation with somebody about trading. I don't understand that. We literally share education. There's nothing perfect. It's not a setup. It's not a scheme. It's not a strategic. It's literally, listen, I have something that you need to check out. It may not be for you, but you need to check it out because it's creating so much financial freedom for so many people. And even myself, I'm surrounded by mentors and six-figure traders and people that are having so much success. They're helping me to be able to create the same success by being coachable and teachable. Listen, do you want an extra stream of income, or do you want to supplement your income? Yes or no? Okay, check out this video. Come to this meeting. Get on this phone call. What did you like most about what you saw? You either like it or you don't. Don't be feeling like you're out there trying to put a gun to somebody's head to show them their education. This is skill. This is a skill set under their belt. People out here looking for something like this, but you too afraid to wait on your success. You too afraid to wait till you have a six-figure trading account. You too afraid because you think their blessing is dependent upon your success. You may not be showing up to your team calls enough for the success to even manifest. You may not be plugging into the academy enough for your success to manifest. You may not be doing the charting. You may not be doing the homework. You may not be asking enough questions for the success to manifest before you speak and share the information. So while you're delaying their process and not only delaying yours because you don't show up and you're not disciplined and committed and coachable and teachable, you sitting there being in the way of somebody's seed being able to grow. The only way the seed is going to birth is if you plant it. Woo! The only way the seed is going to grow is if you plant it. You walk around with a book bag full of seeds for the rest of your life, and you walk by people every single day, and they've been waiting for your book bag to open up. But what do? You carry it every day, every day. And that's not just trading, y'all. You may have a gift. You may have a goal or desire. It doesn't have to be. And I want you guys to know that passion and purpose, it just means whatever creates the best energy for your life. Whatever creates the best energy for your life, right? What are you good at? Giving hugs, listening, it's listening ear, checking on people, right? What are you good at? Accounting, right? Finance. What are you good at? Fixing cars. Your purpose don't have to be something that's on a billboard. Just because you're on stage doesn't mean you're impacting lives, right? You gotta be the person to plant the seeds. It's not based off of your success or how you feel. It's not based off your education. It's about you sharing the network you're surrounded by, the gifts and the talents that you have so that it can manifest. You have to think superior, all right? Your results, your actions are going to create the results of your future, as long as you're doing it over and over again by just being disciplined, self-mastery, going through the 21 days of growth, expanding yourself, right? expanding yourself. Short-term gain can cause long-term pain. Short-term gain can cause long-term pain. We see it every single day. The two laws that fall victim to when you fall to when you fail. There are two laws that fall victim to when you fail to practice self-discipline. The first law is unintended consequences. Unintended consequences. That's most of the world. Unintended consequences. And the second law is the law of perverse consequences. And I'll break that down. So what is unintended consequences? The unintended consequence of an action can be far more than the intended consequence because that behavior lacks long-term thinking. All right. Basically, you just going with the flow. You're not thinking about your actions and what they're going to create in the future. It's just like your little knuckleheads running around here doing stuff, emulating other knuckleheads. And so when it catches up with them, it's affected their future, right? Making poor decisions, emulating poor behavior, not being in control of your emotions. Somebody bumped your shoulder, you got angry, and you punched them in the face and broke their nose. They sue you and you go to jail. Unintended consequence because you're not in control. You don't have the discipline, right? Somebody hit your car, you come out, you cut out the car, you cuss them out. You bust them upside the head. Hope y'all ain't out there knuckling up like that. Please don't be hard hit out in them streets. The law of perverse consequences. It's basically short-term actions aimed at immediate gratification. All right. These consequences basically are because you don't do the work daily. You're trying to cram everything in such a short term that you never see the long-term results. And so everything is just aimed at just short-term gratification, right? You got to act, guys. You got to learn to start acting in the right mindset. Don't be out here acting without carefully thinking and doing your homework, without being emotionally intelligent, without being disciplined. Because the consequences of your behavior are going to be far worse than you doing nothing at all. Every person has had some type of experience like that. What is the common denominator of success? What is the common denominator of success? Successful people make a habit of doing things that unsuccessful people don't like to do. Successful people make a habit of doing the things that unsuccessful people don't like to do. What is that? Unsuccessful people don't like to read the 10 pages a day. Unsuccessful people don't like to exercise. Unsuccessful people don't like to expand their growth. Unsuccessful people have poor thinking. Everything is a scam. Everything takes too long. Unsuccessful people make excuses. They have what we call it excuse-itis, right? Well, guess what? Successful people don't care about all that, right? They don't care about all that. Successful people don't like to do the same things that failures don't like to do either. But guess what? They do it anyway. They do it anyway. Some of us are on this call. Some people was like, man, it's 9 o'clock. I don't feel like getting on that call. Guess what? They are unsuccessful. That's an unsuccessful person. All day, every day. But guess what? At the end of the day, successful people do it anyway. And they know that the price that they're going to pay is going to be way greater. What is it that you say? The reward would be greater than the sacrifice. The reward would be greater than the sacrifice, ladies and gentlemen. Successful people are more concerned with the pleasing results, with disciplined behavior, with accumulated repetition. They are pleased by doing the same thing every day. They're pleased by every time they wake up in the morning, they have a set of goals and they're able to scratch off those goals. They're pleased by seeing their actions add up and compound. Just like we talked about compounding the account, if you can compound your account to create 7 figures, you can compound your behavior to create generational wealth. It's the exact same thing. It requires a certain level of discipline and emotional intelligence. Pleasing results, whereas failures are more concerned with pleasing methods. Successful and happy people are more concerned with the positive long-term consequences of their behaviors. For example, should I over leverage the heck out of my account every single day, be Burrell, and go ahead and try to create 7 figures, right? I can probably make 7 figures in 3 months. Or that's causing too much stress for me though. I'm going to have to over leverage. I'm going to have to be looking at my account all the time. Or I can say, you know what, over the next 12 months, I'll just do X amount each day, 3% per day. and get a better result, because it's going to show me how to be disciplined, how to make sure I do what I need to do every single day and doing what's necessary. Unsuccessful people are more concerned about personal enjoyment and immediate gratification. How can I feel satisfied today? How can I get rich today? How can I make $5,000 today? How can I retire in 30 days? Lord have mercy. Those are unsuccessful people. Because if you tell them, I had a young lady today, she said, Brittany, can I ask you a question? So you saying in 6 months I can retire my job, and when I copy and paste, I can go ahead and make six figures? I said, I'm not saying none of that. That ain't even came out of my mouth. I just told you my story and you translated it into something else. I said, listen, I'm not coming here and promise you anything. I told you the number one thing is education. Everybody get that speech. It's education. Yes, we have the 40/40 club, but listen, ultimately you want to become your own 40/40 club. That's our goal here. So I'm not telling you you can't make it happen in 6 months, but you're not going to hear me make that promise to you. That's manipulation. I'm not going to do that. I don't want you to sign up that bad. If you think you're going to come here and do all that because I make a promise, no. I want you to keep that 217. Please. Please, please, please. Top people are more concerned with the activities that are goal achieving. They're concerned with the process. They're concerned with the growth and development that takes place through their process. Average people, they're more concerned with the activities of tension relieving, stress relieving. Oh, I had a long day. What can I do to make me feel better short term? Unsuccessful people don't do the necessary disciplines every single day to pull themselves out of the situations long term. All they want to do is wait I can come home and watch a little TV, and that 1 hour of TV or however long they watch it, they feel okay for that moment. And they snap back into reality, and it sucks. Instead of making the sacrifice and taking the TV out of the house and applying themselves to something that can permanently pull them out of their pain, they like to put band-aids on their pain every single day. They say just change a band-aid every single day. Instead of leaving the wound exposed and letting the air get to it, they keep suffocating the wound with a band-aid every single day. Ooh, Lord, have mercy. You gotta practice self-discipline. Dinner before dessert. All right? Dinner before dessert. Eat the main course, clean your plate, and then you can have dessert. That's all we do here. We go for the main course. We eat and we grind and we working hard. We showing up. We coachable. We teachable every single day. Life is short. Eat dessert first, right? Just when you think that everything that you desire is right in front of your face, sometimes life hits you, right? Sometimes you get discouraged. Sometimes it gets heavy. But ultimately, the discipline of your emotions is going to sustain you. The disciplines of your behavior is going to sustain you. And you got to make sure you're practicing it. If you don't know how to even do the self-discipline, guys, put yourself on a study regimen. Put yourself on a schedule. Set those alarms. I tell people all the time, say, B, how are you able to be so consistent? Well, I train myself to follow alarms. My friends know now, every time they hear that ding, 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 that's an activity that has to be taking place. I'm supposed to be doing something right now, right? You got to put yourself in a state. Work towards being a skilled, disciplined person. Set the example. Just pause for a second and look at the people around you. If you can analyze people for 30 days and see what they've accomplished in 30 days, you'll see that those are the average people that you hang around, guys. That's why you have developed the habits that you have, because the 5 people that you hang around the most is basically what you're going to become. That's really true. You're the average of the 5 people you hang around the most. So you don't need to be average. You need to be beyond average. What does that look like? Well, if they come home every day and do the same thing, you don't need to do that. Because guess what? You guys have the same story. The same story. The complaint might be different, but it's the same story. Then it's not everybody on the line. If you are disciplined, congratulations. Pat yourself on the back. Go bigger. Go harder. Go harder. Do double the work. Because it's only for a short term. I tell people all the time, I don't mind sitting on my butt all day making calls and teaching and all that for the next 2 to 5 years, when I know that they can create a 7-figure, a multi-figure income, a multi 7-figure income. Why not? I'm gonna work that same. Matter of fact, I work harder on my job than I did doing this. And then the emotions came along with it. Stress, hating when the alarm go off. How many of y'all hate hearing that alarm go off in the morning? Drop a one in the chat box if you just grunt and you be like, oh Lord, have mercy. It's already that time again. Drop a one in the chat box if you hate that feeling. It's that time again. And you do it every day. And there's nothing wrong with it, guys. We got to make a living with working on our fortune. You got to have gratitude for where you are. God is not going to bless you because you complain. We can't help it sometimes. But ultimately, you got to be ready. You got to set yourself up for where you want to be. And what does that setup look like? What does your setup for success look like? You got to map that out. You got to have a conversation. You got to let people know where you want to be and let them not interfere or distract you from where you're going. I tell people all the time, they be like, man, I don't have time. I can't do. You do have time. You just ain't looked at your life to see what the time is at. We too busy going with the flow. It's people running around here who don't have calendars. I hate when I schedule appointments with people and they be like, like this guy the other day. I called, he's in New York. He said, Bree, I'm free at 3:30. I said, okay, cool. I said, you got to, a couple of minutes so we can chat. He said, yeah. He said, I'm free he said, I'll be free. I called him, man, y'all, literally probably like 3 minutes. He said, oh, my bad, B. I got to go back to work. You weren't free. You weren't free. Well, people don't know what time they have, so they just blurt out anything. You got to know when you have time available in your life so you can pour in the value, so you can make the sacrifices, so you can analyze and reflect and upgrade yourself. Guys, we get one chance at this life. You deserve to live your best life. It's okay if you're working. It's okay if you have a job. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't put yourself in a position where your desires are being shrinked into this small box. A lot of us have these big goals. I say this all the time. It's 2 boxes you live in. The small box is smaller than a penny. The big box is the size of Amazon. What's in the Amazon box? Your desires, your goals, your dreams, the house, the cars, the clothes, the children, their lifestyle, your ambitions, your nonprofits, your community service. Everything you want is inside the Amazon size box. But what do? We shrink ourselves we shrink our goals and desires to accommodate the box the size of a penny. So what we need to do is get outside of the small box and get over to the big box. So instead of expanding ourselves, we shrink ourselves. What does expansion require? Self-discipline. What is it that you want? Write it on the board. Say it out loud. Walk in that posture today. If you want to be a 5, 6, 7, 8-figure trader, if you want to make $5,000 a month trading, if you want to help your children manifest their dreams of gold, you say that today because it's already complete as soon as you desire it. Stop waiting for the physical proof before you believe it. Stop waiting on the physical proof before you believe it. Matter of fact, that coincides with people keep saying, oh, I want to tell somebody about trading, but I want to wait till my proof manifests before I say something. The proof is already manifest when you believe it. I wish Lee Odin was on the line. Lee Odin is a guy I sent some voice memos to back in 2017. I said, Lee, man, I want to retire from my job. I was just saying all this stuff, guys, but I believed it though. I'm just talking. Some of that stuff I didn't realize I said. Guess what? I was walking around saying I was a top trader before I knew what a pip was. Wealthy Pips is one of the swipe trades. I met him in like September 2017. I said, yo, how long you been doing this? He said, man, I've been doing this for about 15 months, something like that. He said, man, I used to work at AutoZone making $10 an hour. He said, trading changed my life. I said, man, I want to do this thing for real. He said, man, you should do it. It's going to change your life. He said, take it seriously. He said, I used to work at AutoZone. I don't have to work at AutoZone no more. He said, I'm sending signals out to the whole company. I said, man, that's crazy. Wealthy Pips is a Spanish dude, big belly, real, kind of gangster. You know what I'm saying? He just himself. I said, well, dang, if he can just be like that, I can be like that. Not like, just be myself. If I take this seriously, this man just told me at Daisy Duncan, I first heard her on stage in Houston. She said, guys, I used to work as a school teacher for like a long time. She said, I was introduced to trading. And she said, I was so conditioned in the way that I was working and I was doing. When people would tell me there was a possibility for me not to do that anymore, I didn't believe them. She said, I was able to retire from working as an educator at a school. I'll just say like 10 years. Maybe she was educated for like 10 years. I can't remember the exact number. But when I heard her say that, she's like, dang, I said, dang, she retired last summer? People can really do that? Guys, I take it seriously. So no matter what it is that you want, it don't have to be. Trading is just a tool that we're using to go after what it is that we want. The residual income is just a tool that we're using to go after what we want. There are people in this company who don't know how to trade a lick, who didn't know how to trade a lick, but they didn't wait to share this information. They out here making 5 figures a month, not knowing how to trade yet, because it wasn't based off their ability. It was based off of Our Markets Live having the value already. So then you can take that income and you can pay off your debt and you can eat the best food and you can exercise and you can go buy the house that you want and you can take care of your family, your mom. You can go find that dream spouse. You can go travel the world. You can go create that job for other people. You can create that business. You can go create a patent or invention. You can do whatever it is that you want. When you believe it, it's done. A lot of people don't even believe. They think they believe, but this I tell people all the time. Your belief, your actions will reflect your belief level. Your desires, your actions, your desires will pull you into the future. By your actions, they will pull you into the future. If it's not pulling you into the future, that means you're not doing the activity. That means you're not doing the activity. Your desires will literally pull you into the future if you're disciplined and you're doing the activity. If you're not doing the activity and being productive, that means you don't believe, nor do you desire. Not enough. When you got that hunger, how many of y'all ever had a craving for something, right? If you haven't had a craving, drop a 1 in the chat box. If you've ever had a craving, Lord, I want that cookie. Lord, I want that cake. Whatever it is that you want. When you've had that craving, you got your butt up. You just couldn't eat nothing else until that craving was satisfied, right? You couldn't eat nothing else. You might have sent somebody else to go pick it up. Guess what? You got to have the same amount of craving for your desires. You got to crave it. You got to crave this knowledge. Don't be so dependent upon other people to create your success. It's dependent upon you. I tell people all the time, don't come to me complaining because you talk about your sponsor quit. I didn't have no darn sponsor to help me learn how to trade. I had iMarkets Live TV and Christopher Derrick for 6 months. I don't care about you wanting to hanging on to somebody else's curtail. You got to crave this knowledge. You got to crave it so much that there are no limitations in your way. When you want that pie, that cake, that steak, whatever it is that you desire and you crave, nothing stops you. Not even your money. You gonna find, can I borrow? You gonna find a way to get that craving satisfied. You gotta crave your desires. You gotta crave your success, guys. Remember, success is the people who go after it is what their heart feels. Success is are the people who go after what their heart feel and not leave it on the back burner. If you show up to however your heart feels every single day, you will forever be happy, especially if you keep God first. Learn to love yourself. Learn to treat yourself. Learn the value of yourself. Respect yourself. Don't let people disrespect you. Respect yourself. Go after what it is that you want. Don't go after stuff just because it's money. Money is not even a real thing. It's just a tool. Go after what makes you excited. Let's just, whatever, write this down. If you got the money today, write down what you would do with the money. And whatever it is that you would do with the money is what you should be chasing. Is what you should be chasing. All right? Self-discipline is the key to all success. Weight loss, communication, better relationships, emotional intelligence. Every single thing that you desire is based off you being disciplined, being consistent, showing up every single day. Learn how to have self-mastery and learn how to have delayed gratification. Remember, delayed gratification is making the sacrifices, not worrying about the short-term pleasures, and doing what's necessary to get the job done. All right. If you got some value on tonight, please drop some ones in the chat box. Pretty, please. If you got some value tonight, if you're reading the 21 Days of Growth, drop a 2 in the chat box. If you're reading your 10 pages a day, drop a 2 in the chat box. Let me see who lying. Some of y'all lying. I'm kidding. Awesome. Keep expanding your mind. Remember, the rich and the wealthy, they read every single day. So that's what we welcome to the 3%. We got to follow the same behavior. We got to follow the same behavior. We ain't out on this call just be talking about some trading. No, everybody on this call is wealthy. I'm so glad. I'm so happy on the ground. I'm so happy and grateful. I'm around people who are wealthy, not just financially, but mentally, spiritually. I love that I can have a a a, um, a conversation with people who have a certain level of intellect. Right now, guess what? Vegas is tomorrow for B Burrell. Who coming to Vegas? Put a V in the chat box if you're coming to Vegas. If you're not coming to Vegas, it's okay. I know we got some people that just enrolled. They just got started. Guess what? We're going to have our next convention in September, but please, please, please don't miss it. No excuses. Put your tax money to the side. Stack your money. Put 10% of your check aside after your tax. Put it to the side. We got a generational wealth blue shirts that came in the mail. Oh my God, they're so beautiful. They so ready, guys. Vegas is going to be phenomenal. We have DACA. He's going to be there doing some filming. So y'all make sure y'all come with your hair done. Don't have no BBs popping off the side of your head. Get your wig ready. Shine it up. Do whatever it is that you got to do. We're going to come suited and booted. We're going to be wearing our blue GW shirts on Saturday. I still have my black one. I'll be bringing my black ones as well. Goodness. But I will see you guys tomorrow again. Thank you so much for your time tonight.